All right, everyone. This show today is loaded. We got savage crossovers, Batman's philosophy, Darkseid's last bow, Pulp legend rumors, and Wanda watch. Medieval Spawn crashes the massive verse. Burton news verse nostalgia, a huge TMNT milestone, and straight from Ruffalo's Hulk reality check. Stick with me to the end. We've got market movers and the CovrPrice daily shakers report. You'll want it for your pull list. I'm Bryant, and welcome to Comic Issues Daily. And just to let you know, later on, after this video fully processes, I will have a timestamps and chapter list in the description, so you can just go straight to the story that you want to hear about. All right, first thing we got today, and we're going to talk about what Nathan Simmons over at AIPT dug up about Spider-Man, and he calls it an interesting story that he read about Predator versus Spider-Man, and he called it the interesting beast that doesn't quite land. It's easily the most violent Spider-Man book he's ever read. Decapitations, flayed bodies, a subway car literally flooded with blood, all drawn by Martio Ferreri. Let me make this slightly bigger so I can read it. Marcelo Ferreri and Frank Diamarta. Writer is Ben Percy, who nails Peter's inner voice, turning him into a detective chasing a new alien menace throughout New York City. There's even a hilarious moment where Peter lays out Predator's history for J. Jonah Jameson, who obviously doesn't buy a word. Craven is hunting the ultimate prey, and MJ gets her own hero moment when her train is attacked. Where it stumbles is Spidey keeps trailing the real villains, an outcast predator named Skinner, and the story thread starts to unravel after that strong opening. MJ gets set. MJ's great setup turns into a repeated gross indignity scene before she basically looks into safety. In Craven's big showdown, 3 issues of build up and then a 1-page fight where he wins and we're done. Spidey assumes MJ's fine. It doesn't help stop the villain, and the wrap up just just tease up the next event. Wild ride, shaky landing. Apparently, he just doesn't think it's what it should be. All right. So, what's your all-time favorite comic book crossover between multiple genres? Let me know. But we're going to go from brutal to philosophical. Let's talk about Batman's line in the sand. And switching to DC, Rich Johnson from Bleeding Cool highlighted highlights from Grant Morrison's Reddit, Ask Me Anything, while promoting Batman Deadpool. Morrison said, if Batman ever kills, he's just a crazy criminal in a weird costume. And then Jim Gordon would have to take him down. Bruce mastered every martial art to avoid killing, intimidating, injure, arrest, repeat. And that's what makes him both insane and heroic. Johnson walks through the messy history. Early Detective Comics, Batman was dropping crooks off of rooftops. Success of Batman #1 cleaned him up. Wartime issues let him kill Nazis, and later he got exemptions for immortals and vampires. And Morrison's own run had Joe Kill driven to suicide. Morrison even agrees with the theory that in The Killing Joke, Batman kills the Joker in that final silent panel. Ooh, chills. Do you think Batman kills the Joker at the end of Killing Joke? Yes or no? And then we got some big DC stakes that are continuing, and the next one ends with Darkseid. Next up, Darkseid is Dead. Bleeding Cool's Judy Terror previewed New History of the DC Universe #4 by Mark Waid with art by Tony S. Daniels and Hayden Sherman. Dropping October 22nd, it wraps this whole saga in a massive fashion, tracing DC history from Flashpoint to now. The preview shows heroes still battling cosmic threats like Perpetua and the Batman Who Laughs, while a new generation, John Kent, Wallace West, and Jackson Hyde, step up to lead. But the headlining moment, Darkseid dies. The ultimate new god finally falls, closing a huge chapter and hinting at a reshuffled comic order or cosmic order. Whatever comes next is going to shake the DCU at its core. With Darkseid gone, who should rise as DC's next universe level villain? I don't know, but you know what? Darkseid's constant. He'll always be back. And then, speaking of legends making comebacks, a 1930s hero might be heading to Netflix. Mark Cassidy reported that Netflix may be developing a new Phantom series. Format has been confirmed yet, but live action sounds likely. It's been a minute since the purple-suited ghost who walks got spotlighted. Think Billy Zane's 1996 film or that short-lived 2009 series and a 2014 film rumor fizzled. So this scoop from comicbookmovie.com might be interesting. Cassidy also reminds us why the Phantom matters. First hero with a colorful skin-tight costume, first mask with blank eyes, and his creator, Lee Flake, once said the strip helped boost Norwegian morale during Nazi occupation. Phantom even becomes a resistance password. Over the years, he evolved from a jungle ruler to peacekeeper, but always feared by villains. Sounds like the perfect time for a modern revival. If the Phantom makes it to Netflix, which pulp legend should follow? The Shadow, the Green Hornet? Those could all be very interesting to watch. And then we're going to go from pulp revival to Marvel Magic. Let's check the Wanda watch. All right. Back over at Marvel, Mark Cassidy says, even though Elizabeth Olsen claims she wasn't in Avengers Doomsday or Secret Wars, Marvel's been posting Scarlet Witch clips nonstop, and they insist she might be coming back sooner than you think. All signs point to Vision Quest on Disney Plus. Showrunner Terry Matalas calls it the third act of WandaVision. Agatha all along, and then go straight into Vision Quest trilogy. It's all one big trilogy. Vision Quest cast is loaded with AIs. We got Paul Bettany's Vision exploring his mind full of stored personalities. We got James Spader's Ultron is going to appear in both human and robot form. Emily Hampshire plays a human Edith, and Orla Brady is a human Friday. James Darcy returns as Jarvis, and Tiana Miller plays Jocasta, the revenge-driven bride of Ultron. With all those AI minds clashing, it makes total sense for Wanda to reappear. It could be interesting. Could have couples or android couples versus the hybrid couples. It might be interesting. Will Wanda pop up in the Vision Quest, or are they saving her for Wonder Man? Drop your predictions below. I hope she appears more in Vision Quest, because the normies, are not going to understand any connection to Simon Williams like the comic book readers will. And then, speaking of epic crossovers, we got Spawn just went medieval, and Ashley Hurst reporting from Comics Bulletin about Rogue Sun number 30, and says that such a smash hit is getting a rush second print. This milestone introduces medieval Spawn into the massive verse. Crafted by Ryan Parrott, Nick Cotton, and Abel, we head back to 1383, following Sir John of York hunting the monstrous Weathered. He's joined by Caleb Hawthworth, the legendary Night Son, and his squire, setting up a brutal medieval showdown. Parrott calls it a dream come true to play with Spawn and Rogue Sun together, and promises more adventures to come. Missed the first run, the second print of number 30 hits November 12th, same day as issue number 31. So you can catch up on the full story right there. So don't sleep on it. In which version of Spawn do you prefer, modern or medieval? And let's go from Image's dark past to Tim Burton's gothic future. The Bat is back. John Dodge at CBR says Tim Burton's Batman would live on with the novel Batman Revolution by John Jackson Miller, out October 21st. It's the second in his Pros continuation of the 1989 film that gave us Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson, and Kim Basinger. Miller's first book, Batman Resurrection, in 2024, fits between Batman and Batman Returns and earned strong reviews, featuring Clayface, Hugo Strange, and a unique Riddler. DC also carried the torch in comics with Batman 89, introducing Drake Winston as Robin, a nod to Marlon Wayne's once planned role. And if you love Burton's dark art deco Gotham, now you can read it and collect it. And do you prefer the Burton verse in the Batman 89 comics or Miller's novels? Let us know. And then we're going from Gotham Grit to Sewer Ninjas. It's turtle time. John Dodge also covers this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 12 from IDW, and it arrives October 22nd, closing a landmark run from Jason Aaron's and Juan Ferreira. After 12 issues of chaos, the Turtles finally face the biggest test to clear their names and reunite the family. But there's more. Jin Lun Yang and Kevin Williams II take over the TMNT 13, which has already passed 100,000 pre-ordered copies. Yang's a lifelong fan who credits Peter Laird for inspiring his start in comics. We've even seen first art of new villains Ujami, who brings a wild new threat to the Splinter Clan. End of one era, start of another. And which turtle's your favorite and why? Let's hear it below. And now let's close out with the big green guy who's not so jolly lately. Brandon Sure reports that Mark Ruffalo doesn't see a solo Hulk film coming anytime soon. Main issue is that Universal still owns key rights, and Ruffalo says he'd love to do one, but doesn't know if it's ever going to come to be. The last standalone film was 2008, The Incredible Hulk with Ed Norton, and he says that Marvel keeps tossing around the idea, but they need to crack the nut of what a fresh Hulk story would look like. In the meantime, he confirmed for Spider-Man Brand New Day, which is dropping July 31st of 2026, alongside Tom Holland and John Bernthal, but no clue how big his role is going to be in this. What storyline could finally make a Hulk solo movie work? Comment your pitch and hit subscribe. And then let's finish strong with the day's collectors market report. We got the CovrPrice daily shakers. All right, here's what was hot on the CovrPrice list right now. Amazing Fantasy 5th Team is a rock solid one that's always there. From 1962, first appearance of Spider-Man, Aunt May, Uncle Ben, Flash Thompson. CGC 2.5 just sold for $25,299. A little chunk of change. And then Wonder Woman today is dominating the CovrPrice Daily Shakers report. We got issue number 4 from 1943 in a CGC 9.0, sold for $13,200. We got issue number 18 in a CGC 9.0. It is from 1946, sold for $9,600. And we got an issue number 6 also from 1943 in a CGC 5.5, sold for $5,280. We got issue number 21 from 1947 in a CGC 9.4, sold for $5,280. And then issue number 11 from 1944 in a CGC 8.0, sold for $3,600. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Wonder Woman books on the top 10. That's impressive. All right, and the other books we got a Pep Comics issue number 36 from 1943 in a CGC 6.5, sold for $9,000. We got Flash Comics issue number 92 from 1948 in a CGC 7.0, sold for $7,800. And then Marvel's going to close it out for us. We got Incredible Hulk issue number 181 from 1974, first full appearance of Wolverine in a CGC 8.5, sold for $5,826. And Daredevil number 1, the first appearance of the Man Without Fear, In a CDC 4.5, sold for $2,901. So which of these books is your grail? Which one do you want? I personally want the 181, but I'll take any of them. Just saying. And just let me know what you're chasing and hit the like button if you love seeing these classic keys climb. All right. And then just wanted to remind everybody, this is October. It's Comic Curing Cancer Month. And this coming weekend is the online or the YouTube online auctions for Comic Curing Cancer. It's going to be a full weekend of a lot of great stuff to support a great charity. And I have the schedule for all those shows right here. So let me show it to you. All right, and I just also wanted to remind everybody about my shows I do on Sunday night or Sunday evening. I have Comic Channel Origins, where I talk to YouTube comic book content creators, talk about our hobby that we love and how they've grown their channel from 0 subscribers up to where they are today. And this past Sunday, I interviewed Mike from 120 Comics. It was a great time. I learned a lot. Please check that out if you haven't already. I'm not doing an episode or show this Sunday because it's Comics Curing Cancer auction weekend, but I will return the following Sunday. And all those shows usually go live at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. All right. Also want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of our channel, Ron's Comic Closet. And if you use code I have issues at checkout, you'll get 20% off your first purchase. He has new releases, back issues, and a lot of other great collectibles. And that's it. That's our lineup for today. If you enjoyed hanging out, tap that like button, share your takes in the comments, and hit subscribe so you don't miss the daily rundown. I'm Bryant. This has been I Have Comic Issues Daily, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye.